Hi everybody, you're watching Witness My Minis. I'm Peter and today I get to show you what I got to paint for one of my all-time heroes. Let's hit it. Okay, so I got this ping on Fiverr from SquidmarMiniatures himself. So Emil wrote me a message saying, "Hi mate, would you like to paint a 75mm figure for me?" And my mind was blown. Of course I wanted to do this. He was asking for a price. I don't know, maybe he has a video in mind with some kind of price angle on Fiverr. He has done those before. I didn't know what to price this one. To be honest, I would have done it for free. When I do set prices on Fiverr, my prices always take into consideration how much free control I have, if there is a sharp deadline, and lastly, how fun I think it will be. With that said, I really wanted to do this one, of course. But he was playing very mysterious. He wouldn't tell me what it was. So I couldn't, plan stuff in head. I would lay it up at night wondering what would this be. It probably will be some kind of fantasy thing, right? So would it be some kind of goblin maybe? Some kind of orc or goblin? Or would it be an elf? Time went on and the package were nowhere in sight. I accepted the offer and I would have 3 weeks to paint the mini, and I waited and I waited and I waited, and he told me that there was some kind of problem in shipping. And the thing is, I had this vacation planned out with my family, and the week before we were leaving, I got a message saying that it might not be able to get here in time. But that meant that I was going on a vacation not knowing what it was that I was about to get in my mailbox. So yeah, I was hoping to be able to sit by the poolside, sipping on some kind of drink and plan out an epic scheme or an epic basing, something to keep my mind in the game. But no, I didn't have anything to go with. So the day came.
1 week later.
When we got home from the trip, it turned up in my mailbox. And I was jonesing to get it open to see what it was. And the only thing that I had to go on was this little box. It said Isard Quen on the lid. What would that be? Isard Quen. We'll see. Okay, let's get this thing open. Wow. Damn, look at that cloak. Is some kind of a magician, right? Ooh, that casting quality, it looks flawless. So as it turns out, what I got was a unique miniature made by Squidmar himself for his Kickstarter, Champions of Sona. It's amazing to be able to get this opportunity to be one of the first ones to put paint on this mini. I'm so thankful. It's going to be a blast. Time for a small confession. This will be my first ever 75mm figure. Okay, since I didn't know what I would get, I couldn't plan out any base in preparation for getting the miniature, so I had to think fast. When I got this mini, I had 4 days to get it done and shipped out. And with that said, there was a lot with my regular work and my family on the days, so I had to do this at night. So the stakes were kind of high, but it was also about to be very fun. I was looking for some kind of plinth, but I didn't find anything that would work as that. So what I ended up using was a lid from a whiskey tube that would work as a recessed base. Seeing those cliffs, I thought that he might be standing out in some kind of water or overlooking like a cliffside or something. So, painting. I start out with setting the tones with Molotov colors. I've been eyeing this because I do watch a lot of videos with a certain Marco, and he usually uses this as his primer. I thought I'd give it a try. Since I know I have to do a resin pour early on to make sure it dries in time, I start with the base, painting the rock and the surrounding areas with a blue-green scheme with yellow highlights. Speaking of the color scheme, for this one I actually use Adobe Color Online. I picked up a reference photo that I liked color scheme of. Then I just picked the place where I would put the different colors of the scheme. After I'm done with the base, I focus on the big draw of the mini, the skin. There is a lot of it, and I recently grabbed a Vallejo kit for just that, so I decided to try that one out. There is a lot of trying out with this mini, scary to do when the stakes are this high, but I feel that's kind of what this hobby is about. Trying new things and just having fun. I remember seeing a video some time ago about painting skin on Emil's channel, and one thing that kind of stuck to me was there should be no muscle islands. Making sure that the highlights are in the correct way, it does look right to my eye, and the contrast is very nice thanks to the already planned out set of colors. It's not super smooth, but frankly, I won't care about that just now. The parts that I won't spend that much time on, I dry brush or edge highlight with an ivory color and then proceed with contrast paints on top. Since the smoothness of the skin isn't that smooth, really, I go in with a very harsh interpretation of leather so that I can get that contrast in texture that way. The small brush and do a lot of small strokes and then go over that with all kinds of inks just to get variations of colors in there. In some cases, I go back with an even brighter highlight after that, mixed with the same contrast color. To draw the attention to the face, I will go with a fiery orange on his beard. Here is a very fast and easy recipe for just this, a fiery red. Fleshed here is red, red from Camera, orange from Camera, and lastly, ice jello for the highlights. The only thing that Emil said to me when I asked for guidelines was that he wanted me to be creative. So I thought I might do something on the base to bring it all together. I thought of him on this cliff, and in my mind there should be waves. So it was time to try out something new yet again. Sculpting waves. I draw out these cotton pads on top of a plastic mug, taping the sides. Then I went in with 2 parts glue, dripping and dragging it across the cotton to make a dynamic shape. Noticing that the glue, when it cured, was kind of yellow, I did this over again, and this time I just added a little drop of turquoise contrast paint. When it dried, I looked for the best pieces and removed as much of the cotton as I could. Then I covered them all in Vallejo water effect, and then I placed them as I thought looked best on the base. Gluing them down and then adding some more water effects just to cover up any gaps. In all honesty, this project was so much back and forth. Trying out new colors, new effects, and doing that on what for me was a very tight schedule. It was kind of nerve-wracking, and there was a lot of things that didn't turn out the way that I wanted them to be. There's a lot of things that I'm not pleased with, that I'm not proud of. Then there is some other stuff that I think turned out very good. All of this said, I had very fun. If you ask me, the Squidmar staple has always been about being creative and having fun with bright and bold colors. And at least I think I did that. So with all that said, here is the grand reveal. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. With that said, I want to thank Emil as well for the opportunity to paint this one. It was truly an awesome experience. And for it to be my first ever 75mm figure, the bar is set high. And if you want to support my work, there's a link in the description to my Patreon where you will get access to a Discord channel where you can come and hang out and hobby together with me. And of course, there is also some other perks, such as an STL for my wonderful mascot, Wiley. Besides that, please listen to our podcast, Paint Butter Soup, that I do with my dear friend and co-host, Björn, over at The Beer and the Brush. Until next time, big mini love. Bye, guys.